Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Veach Season. We are your guest hosts, Kramer Sansone and Rocky Magaña, filling in for Brett Veach today because he, like the rest of Kansas City, is at home with a bowl of popcorn on his lap, watching Holiday Touchdown for the 15th time. It's consecutive. Just taking it in like it's Love Actually, or Christmas Story, or Miracle on 34th Street, or It's a Wonderful Life, or Home Alone, or National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, or let's see, what's another great holiday Christmas movie, Kramer? Which ones am I leaving out?
I mean,
Die Hard.
Elf. You're missing Elf. And Will Ferrell's great in that thing. Daddy's Home 2, both set in the Christmas theme. Heck, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Rudolph Shiny New Year. You can even go to Claymation. Let's even go all the way back. Let's go to Year Without a Santa Claus. I mean, heck, we can go further and further if you want to.
Heat Miser. What's the Heat Miser?
Yeah.
What's that one? Yeah,
that's Year Without a Santa Claus. Heat Miser and Snow Miser.
Yeah, Heat Miser and Snow Miser. Yeah, go take it all the way back. Or that movie, not The Santa Claus with Tim Allen, because screw that movie. I hate that movie. But that original one, the movie Santa Claus, where they show up and Santa Claus has like a green outfit on. Did you ever see that one from the 80s?
I don't think I have.
Oh, that one was pretty dope.
Before my time.
Yeah, man. I love Christmas movies. Growing up,
Same.
I think I watched Christmas movies just 24/7, year round. As a child, what was your favorite Christmas movie?
Ooh, it would be it had to be Rudolph, the claymation one. Rudolph, I can't remember what the full thing was. I should probably know it, but I just go by Rudolph with it. I have so many one-liners stuck in my head, like, you're gonna be my little buck, or heck, what's another one? I can't think of it clearly now, but it put me on the spot, Rocky. Jesus.
Is that what you say to your lady when you guys are having romantic time?
Oh,
hey, my little buck.
You're my little buck.
You're my little buck.
No, that's not how that goes down. No, thank you. But no, the Bumble.
That's what she says to you.
Oh, no.
Grabbing you by the haunches.
I'm the big buck, okay?
She says, "Get over here, my little buck. Mommy wants some sugar. Mommy wants your red nose and her reindeer."
Or hey, you can even do the most controversial episode of Always Sunny is the Christmas one, which is amazing. Charlie bites the neck of Santa.
Bites the neck of Santa. Yeah, and they're like, "Oh no, it's
Did
Santa."
You, my mom? Did you, my mom?
Did you F my mom, Santa? Santa, did you F my mom? And then when they go to about Mike Schmidt's house, and it's like, is that blood? Ah, Santa's blood. And Frank hides in that couch completely naked.
Oh, yep.
Crawls out. Yeah, that's a
doozy of an episode.
Yeah, that's a good episode. I love
good
that
Christmas
one.
Spirit episode.
That's a good teaser. We have a little bit of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia tie-in to this episode.
Do.
YouTube people. Yeah, I'm not going to ruin it. I'm not
Okay.
going to ruin it. Just say that there is a little bit of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia tie-in with this episode down the road. That's what we call a teaser, people in the biz. So when you sing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer yourself, and you say Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer always had a shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even see it. Yeah, okay.
Close, yeah.
All the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names like what?
Like Pinocchio?
You said Pinocchio?
Yeah.
I think we always said like Bozo.
Like Bozo. Like Bozo the Clown?
Bozo the Clown, yeah.
Interesting.
And they would never play any reindeer games. What
Monopoly.
Games? You see, we said football.
Oh, okay.
We always said football. And then you'll go down in history.
Like George Washington.
You said George Washington.
Yep.
We said like Albert Einstein.
Oh, okay. What's up? What happened? What happened with my gap to your gap?
I don't know, but I think it just might have been that my family was weird and we were homeschooled. And so we weren't normal people. And so
not playing Monopoly is not normal.
Well, no, we played the shit out of Monopoly. Like listen. I was homeschooled in the sense that my mom was like, "It's economics class. Go play Monopoly with your brother for 3 hours."
Oh, that's actually kind of sick. Actually,
that's how you're gonna learn the importance of money.
You cheated the system, my man. I had to go to public school.
Yeah, I cheated the shit out of the system, and let me tell you what, I never let anybody off on the money they owed me. When they landed on it. You gotta build up your monopolies. You gotta get the houses and turn them into hotels, and then
You got to make sure you always have your nut.
Yeah, you got to have your nut. You got to protect your nut. And let me tell you what, the rails are a scam. They're not going to make you enough money. They're not going to make you enough money. You got to it's all about having property, beachfront property. Listen, Park Place and Boardwalk are great, but you focus on those greens, reds, and yellows, my man. That's where the money's at.
That's where you live like a king.
That's how you win the game. You get the greens, the reds, the yellows. You buy as much property as you can, as fast as you can. Why? Because it takes money to make money, and there's only so much dirt on this earth that one man can own.
Yep.
That's what I learned. Greed.
That's Monopoly's amazing, man.
I know. It taught me to be a very greedy little bastard as a child.
Kind of like how the NFL is becoming, right? Huh? No.
In this Thanksgiving thankful season of giving. All right, so now that you're an adult, what's your favorite Christmas movie?
Christmas Vacation is always a classic. Because it's so funny. I'd have to do Christmas Vacation.
I would say Christmas Vacation is my favorite, and it is probably the best holiday movie ever made. And we hosted Thanksgiving this year for the second straight year.
Please tell me you said it.
It was such a shit show. Such a shit show. This whole entire just hosting. It was great. It ended up being great and fine and blah 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 blah. But halfway through getting ready and prepping for it, I just looked at my wife and I just was so dejected. And I just said, Chevy Chase tried to warn us. Don't do this shit. and he did, and we didn't listen. And it turned out great. It turned out fine. Everything was wonderful. But yeah, no. Christmas Vacation is by far the best Christmas movie.
I'll tell you what, by the end of this week, my shitter is full.
Shitter's full. Well, why is the carpet all wet, Todd? I don't know, Margot. Hey, where are you going to put a tree that big? Get on over here and I'll show you.
Bend over, I'll show you.
Hey, bend over and I'll show you. You got a lot of nerve talking to me like that, Griswold. I wasn't talking to you. Yeah.
Save the neck for me, Clark.
Save the neck for me.
He's just hacking on a bone. He got it up.
Well, I got the daughter at the clinic getting cured out the wild turkey, and the boy, God bless him, is preparing for his career. College? No, carnival. Last year he was barking for the yak woman, but next year he what was the other one? It was like his last year. Oh no, last year he was working on the Tilt-A-Whirl, but next year he was supposed to be barking for the yak woman. You ever seen her, Clark? The yak woman? She got these horns growing right out of the side of her head. Ugly as sin, but a sweet gal and a hell of a good cook. I can sit there and literally quote this movie all day.
It's a damn good movie.
It is yeah, and you know what? It's been cold here recently.
Oh, shut up! I don't want to hear.
I was thinking to myself,
shut up.
You know,
I don't want to hear how cold
it's getting a little. It's getting a little nipply out. It's getting a little nipply out.
It's been cold this week in Kansas. Yeah. But it's been cold this week, Rocky. You and your Tampa weather, it's nice there right now.
I know it is nice. It was a high of 62 today, low of the 40s. But my son convinced me yesterday to go to the pool with him and go swimming. And it felt like a GD polar plunge.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, and it was very cold. And he jumped in like it was nothing, right? Because he's 3 years old, and so he's a complete psychopath and has no sense of self-regard, and will just get hypothermia without thinking twice.
With Will, gotcha.
Yeah, and me on the other hand, I'm old and grumpy, and I'm like, oh shit, do I really want to do this? But he's like, Dad, come in, let's dive for these toys. Like he wasn't just
you wanted to get down in there.
He wanted to go diving for toys at the bottom of the pool. And I was like, oh, and I just read this article in the New Yorker, and the title on it said, "Are you the same person you were when you were a child?" And it showed in the image, it showed these young kid just like climbing up this tree, like completely with like free abandon. And then like this adult, like clinging to the trunk, like climbing up and like struggling. And I was like, no, I'm not the same person I was when I was a kid, but damn it, I'm close enough that I'm getting in this GD water.
So that article made your ass get in the damn water.
Maybe get in the damn water. And I know it's snowing there, but there was no place on planet Earth more frigid than my ball sack about 30 seconds being in that water. Like they were in the back of my throat, and it's weird. I don't know how simultaneously one testicle could be in my throat and the other one could be out my asshole at the same time, but they were. And that's exactly how it felt.
Oh my goodness.
And so
That's terrible.
But I felt like I was trying to be a good father, and it was Thanksgiving, right? And so I'm trying to be in a giving and thankful mood, and I'm very thankful. I had a great Thanksgiving, great family. I'm still eating turkey because we had 2 full turkeys. We actually had 4 turkeys, and my wife gave 2 of them away before we even cooked them. Somehow we ended up with 4 turkeys in our freezer. No idea how. Like we ordered Kroger to deliver, and they delivered 4 turkeys to our house.
Wait, did you had to pay for the other 2?
No, we paid for 2. We got 4.
Yeah, nice.
Was like,
buy 2 get 2.
Yeah, buy 2 get 2. So we cooked 2 of them. I smoked 1. It turned out awesome.
Hell
but
yeah.
I'm still eating turkey. And you know, like turkey makes you tired because like the tryptophan in it. Like I honest to God, I swear, after like 4 straight days of eating turkey for 3 meals a day, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
I bet you are, dude.
I'm dragging ass a little bit with just a tryptophan overdose in my body.
Yeah, you better get ready. You got the week starts tomorrow.
I know the week starts tomorrow. I got to do my I got to do a job. How was your Thanksgiving, Krame?
It wasn't bad. Able to see the fam. It was all good. Able to see new members of the family too, since my cousin had a baby. So it was awesome to see a tiny little thing running around. Well, it wasn't running around, crawling around.
It's good that they had a baby and didn't take a baby.
Exactly. But we had all the fixings. We had ham. We had turkey. It was just a good old time. Can't complain.
A good old Gentile Thanksgiving. Just
no arguments. No, nothing brought up that shouldn't have been. It's just a nice chill having
nobody talking about politics.
Yeah, no one talks about that at all.
Us either. It was great. Yeah, there was no politics talk. It was just a chill Thanksgiving.
Getting to catch up with my cousins. So yeah, it was awesome.
And that's awesome. How many slices of pie did you eat?
Ooh, no, I didn't have any pie.
What?
Did not have any pie. I had a lot of pumpkin bread. Instead of pumpkin pie, I had pumpkin bread.
You had any pie at all since Thanksgiving?
I mean, there was pie there, but I haven't had pie in a hot minute now. I don't seek pie.
You don't seek pie? I literally buy at least 1 pecan pie a week at the grocery store.
No, I never do that. I don't do that at all.
Oh my gosh. I literally eat pie every single week of my life. I don't think there's a week that goes by that pie does not enter my body.
I think I had pie maybe 3 weeks ago, and it was because we were pairing it with ice cream. I never eat pie.
What kind of pie was it?
I think it was apple, like an apple crisp, but it was in pie.
So on the hierarchy of pies, how do you rank pies?
I don't like pie. Like I won't go out and seek a pie or anything. So whatever's there, I'll eat.
Wow.
I'm different, man.
You're just prone to bad decisions, aren't you?
Bad decisions or good decisions?
No, horrible decisions. You're a Raiders fan, and that decision came back to bite you in the ass this week.
You're right. Even though the Raiders probably should have won that game. If we're
the Raiders fair and being honest,
they probably should have won that game.
No, they shouldn't have won that game because they made a game-deciding.
They had an illegal shift. The right guard wanted to make sure that the hike was going. Heck, even AOC was even clapping, trying to make sure to get the ball there. Everybody was not on the same page, and it showed. That's why the illegal shift happened.
Yep. And did you listen to the Las Vegas broadcast after that? They were like,
I did.
Maybe it was a false start. They're
hoping for a false start.
I hope it was a false start. If it was a false start, the game's not over. If it's a false start, and then when they call an illegal shift instead of a false start, they go, well, there's some fodder for everybody who thinks the Chiefs always get all the calls. And I'm like, literally, that's the most poverty mentality of any shitty organization I've ever heard in my life, that you are angry at the referees for not calling a false start on your own team to keep them from losing the game.
And there was no false start there. There wasn't a single false start. Heck, I knew from just watching it then. It's like these guys aren't even set on the – even both wide receivers weren't set. AOC wasn't even in the right realm of space thinking of what he should do next. And then the right guard was trying to tell JPJ to hike it. And I feel bad for him because he got most of the blame on it.
Yeah,
I really do.
He was screaming. He was screaming.
Yeah.
He was super mad. And it was awesome to watch.
I bet it was for you, dude.
I've never been so happy in my entire life.
You know what happened when that did happen? Like, you know what I was doing at the time? I was standing up at the TV, and after it happened, I just stood there. Maybe like 5-10 minutes just standing there in disbelief, not even saying a single word. I had my fiance just sitting behind me like, you good? Like, you're all right?
Listen,
I didn't even say a damn thing to her. I'm just standing there and like, you've got to be kidding me. How on earth does this keep on happening where everything still goes on the side of where the Chiefs, it always falls on the Chiefs' side. No matter where the ball tilts, it goes to the Chiefs no matter what. And we see it every single week. Why do some people don't understand why I think the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl? Like, hey, Krame, you should be no, I feel like, and it's going to happen no matter what. When the football turns, it points directly towards the Chiefs on each side every single time.
Mm-hmm. What was it that Samuel L. Jackson said in Pulp Fiction?
There's a lot of things he said there.
The ways of the righteous, like evil besets me on either side, but the ways of the righteous and blah, 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 and the Lord keeps me or whatever.
Yeah.
Ways of the righteous, Kramer. The ways of the righteous will always find.
But you know what? Good for the Chiefs getting that win. They need
equal ground.
You know what? The Chiefs are always going to need as many wins as possible because the Bills are just scoffing down their necks right now, because once the Chiefs slip up, the Bills will take over, and the Chiefs are always going to stay that one game ahead because that's what's going to happen. The Chiefs are not losing the remainder of the season or even the playoffs. Just want to say that now.
And then you're going to be a Chiefs fan.
I guess I have to be a Chiefs fan to that.
You'll be so happy. And listen, I just want to say it's really brave of you to come on here today after such a shit show of a loss, and to just to take your
just don't get it, man. Just don't get it.
It was horrible. Your team is horrible.
My team's horrible. Your secondary is horrible.
Yeah,
AOC looked like a goddamn MVP out there.
Well, we'll talk about that here in a bit, but I mean, you don't luck into a playoff seed in November, right? You don't lock up a playoff position in November by accident.
It's true.
With 5 games left.
True. It's true.
You don't go 11-1 by accident in the NFL. Yes, the Chiefs offensive line is dog shit. Chiefs secondary is, we'll talk about it in a little bit, but it's dog shit also. But in order to make up for those two dog shit extremes, the team has to do a lot of other things really well, and they're doing a lot of other things really well. And that's the difference.
Oh yeah. I agree.
But it's not time for all that shit talk yet. Kramer, gosh dang it, don't get us talking about football when we haven't even said what's hot with Krame Dog yet.
So after the Chiefs' victory over the Raiders, I don't know what else happened besides Thanksgiving. I mean, the hotness scale of Kramer cooled off very quickly once the Raiders lost to the Raiders. I don't know what when we talk about Survivor Series just happened. Roman Reigns, Tribal Chief. I acknowledge you, sir. OG Bloodline won. If you like WWE, or even if you my Michigan, there we go. Some positive football talk for here. My Michigan Wolverines defeated the Ohio State Buckeyes. Planted that flag where it needed to be, right in the heart of the O, because that is the turf that Michigan can't lose on right now. 4 straight wins. Like, come on, Ohio State, take your losses. Then
that was a horrible game too. Ohio State played terrible.
Yeah, they did. That defense.
Every one of their NFL prospects looked like garbage.
Looked like hot garbage.
Both running backs, Emeka Egbuka, like all of them. They all look terrible.
Yeah, no, go blue. So happy they won. And that kind of lifted my spirits up on Saturday after that Raiders loss on Friday of how that nastiness. I'll tell you, Rocky, after the game, I didn't even, like I said, like I stood there standing for 10 minutes at the Raiders Chiefs game. And Caitlin was like, hey, everything okay? I didn't say a damn thing to her. I went to the bathroom, brushed my teeth. I had to get that terrible taste out of my mouth how that game was. It was just
that taste of Clark Hunt's.
Okay.
Is that what it was?
That's what exactly.
The flavor. It was the flavor of sucking off Chiefs Kingdom for 3 hours straight.
I wouldn't say 3 hours straight. Chiefs look so bad. They look so bad.
Listen,
but things are on the up and up for them.
What's worse, being the toothless, methed out crack whore who gets laid, or being the guy who has sex with the toothless, methed out crack whore?
I don't know if we pre-woman her.
Yeah, like in the scenario, like the Raiders are the person who had sex with the toothless, methed out crack whore.
Okay.
And we're the beneficiaries.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And it's great. But it turns out that she's actually a princess from Italy, like in Roman Holiday, and she's Audrey Hepburn, and she has
that's a turn.
And she has a glow up, and then next thing you know, she's like,
all right,
in the world.
I need to see this.
Oh,
I need
profile photo.
I just need to see it at this point.
You want to skip ahead to that?
I just need to. I'm still on the topic of how I'm still distraught that the Raiders lost. If I'm being honest, the Chiefs winning is just so hysterical. It's so funny.
If for those of you who are listening who don't remember from last week or are just now joining us, we made a bet last week that whoever won, because Kramer is a Raiders fan, laughably,
yes,
and I mean it's not his fault. He was raised by a lineage of Confederate soldiers, and to this day he does Confederate reenactments, and goes back home to St. Joe to do Confederate reenactments.
Can you imagine if they did do that in St. Joe?
Well, listen, Jesse James was born and raised there, and the Jesse James Museum is there, and he was a Confederate soldier. The whole James gang.
No, there's no way he was no, he wasn't. No.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? We're gonna have to literally pause this episode so I can look up Jesse James Confederate soldier. This is how great podcasts are made, everybody.
Jesse
James was a member of the pro-Confederate guerrilla group during the American Civil War.
Good Lord, this guy.
Yeah, he was a Confederate soldier, then became a train robber, a real hero for you and your people to look up to.
Yep, I guess. I got shot over where the KFC was built.
Yeah, so
the colonel got him.
The colonel got him. All right, so that being said, because of this, the bet is that if the Chiefs won, I got to choose Kramer's Twitter profile picture for the next week. If he won, he got to choose. The Raiders won, he got to choose mine. Obviously,
I had a juicy one lined up, but I guess we'll never see
it. I bet you did. I had a lot of things that I was working through in my head and how mean I was going to be to you. I was like, okay, Clark Hunt leading Mark Davis around on a leash with a gag ball in his mouth. Just Andy Reid standing there with a strap on next to Antonio Pierce. I had like some real things. I had some doozies in my brain, right? Like Andy Reid just saying ready to soak and just like staring at Mark Davis. And but like I didn't.
Good, thank you.
I went classier. I didn't go class C. I went classier. I went PG-13 of these ideas. And in order for this to make sense to anybody who's going to see it, you have to be a pretty decent It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia fan, which I know you are, Kramer.
Oh, I love it.
So I think you're probably going to get this reference, and if you don't, I'll explain it to you because I find it hilarious. And so,
oh boy.
All right, let me find it here.
Oh God.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Here's Kramer's new profile picture for the next week on Twitter. Just pretend the Raiders are a good team. How's he going to do that with O'Connell at QB? Do you know what episode this is, Kramer?
Is that the glory hole one?
It's the glory hole. It's the one he says, "Just close your eyes and pretend it's a woman." And she says, "How are you going to do that with a dick in your mouth?" Yeah, so that's the reference. Just pretend the Raiders are a good team. How's he going to do that with O'Connell at QB?
That's good. You know what? That's classy. That's nice.
Yeah.
It's light. It's playful.
So hashtag me so hot for Big Red. Hashtag Mahomes is where the heart is. Kansas City Chiefs. And then Taylor flexing in the background.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's actually pretty good. That's all right. Yeah, send it over to me. I will get that onto my.
All right, I will send that over to you pronto. But just know.
Do I do that tonight? Do I make that my profile picture tonight?
Yeah, tonight. Yeah, we're going.
Recording.
Or Monday, like Monday to Monday. Monday to Monday. What you gotta do. Monday to Monday, you gotta do it. I'll message it over to you tonight, though.
Okay.
And just know, whenever anybody sees this, the word Raiders represents a woman, and O'Connell represents a dick in the mouth. just remember those two things. Like, just pretend the Raiders are a woman, and how's he going to do that with a dick in his mouth? That's
okay.
That's the breakdown of this. If you want to read into the code, all right. So we'll stop sharing. I hope every single one of your fellow Raiders fans sees you supporting your new Chiefs fandom.
Can't wait.
Be great. Mm-hmm.
Can't wait.
It's going to be a beautiful thing. So Holiday Touchdown premiered this weekend. I haven't had a chance to see it yet. I tried to watch it, but I had to have Hallmark Plus here to see it, and it wasn't on the normal Hallmark channel or on any of the other Roku channels or anything else that they said it was on, because it was premiering, so it wasn't available yet. I'm gonna check tonight after we can finish recording, though. Fingers crossed, God willing, I'll get to take in this cinematic masterpiece and enjoy every second of it. But that doesn't mean that some people haven't seen it and there aren't reviews of it on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's true.
So Richard Roper of the Chicago Sun-Times gave it a 2 out of 4.
2 out of 4 is that's not good. That's like 50%.
Yeah, that's 50%. That's going to be 50% on Rotten Tomatoes. And it says, his review says, if you're a Chiefs fan, you'll probably get a kick out of the whole thing. That sounds about like a 50%. It sounds like whoever's listening to this podcast is going to like the movie. Jisan Sophia from Marvelous Geeks Media said, Holiday Touchdown is a warm, wholesome, and deeply romantic. The choice to center on a familial love and romance makes it especially delightful, allowing some of the best scenes to be the ones where the characters are reminded of how loved and welcomed they are. She gave it a fresh rating. I don't know. What
the fuck's that mean? I'm sorry. What does that mean?
I know. Yeah, it doesn't say. It doesn't have like a 2 out of 4 or anything. It just has like a fresh tomato symbol next to her review.
You got me all loosened up right now, Rocky.
I'll have to look at the. I'm about to look at the at her full review here.
Would you say that the Veach season podcast is? Would you say we're freshly?
I would say we have a fresh rating. If I was going to give us, if I was going to rate us on Rotten Tomatoes, I'd give us a 98.
98? That's very fresh.
Yeah, I think we're entertaining as hell. I hope great. So. I'm very proud of our
people out there listening right now. We love you.
Yeah, we love all of you. Danielle Solzman from Solzy at the Movies gave it a 3.5 out of 5. And it says, this film is made for people who are either into the usual Hallmark fluff or are Kansas City Chiefs fans. It's a cute film, don't get me wrong, but it's also very predictable because it falls under the Hallmark genre. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think that is true. And then there's one audience review from a guy named Audience Member, and it says, I don't understand why people idolize this horrific example of a woman. Movie is complete trash, just like Swift.
Whoa.
All right, boomer. Let's chill the F out just a little bit here. Just
Why are you throwing
Trying
Jackie
to bring
T-Swift? What'd she do?
Yeah. Which she has nothing to do with this movie. She's way too big to have anything to do with this movie. Are you pissed off that she's not in this movie? He's like, is he mad that Donna Kelsey is in it? And he's like, oh, T-Swift's future mother-in-law.
Is Travis in this movie?
No.
Then why is T-Swift even being brought up?
Yeah. Donna Kelsey's in the movie, so maybe. Trey Smith is in the movie. Andy Reid is in the movie.
Was he Big Red at premiere night?
I don't know.
I saw Trey Smith was there.
I would imagine so. If I was in a movie, I would be there. Ed Begley Jr. is in it. What's his name? The guy who was in who's the guy who hosts Price is Right now?
Oh boy, it's not Bob Barker. It's guy with glasses. Whose lines anyways, dude?
Drew Carey.
Drew Carey. Yeah, is that
so
him?
the guy? Yeah, so guy from the Drew Carey show is in it. One of the friends.
Is it not Drew Carey?
Diedrich Bader. No, yeah, it is Drew Carey, but one of the guys who plays one of Drew Carey's best friends, Diedrich Bader, is in the movie as well.
Can't get a visual on the guy.
Diedrich Bader. If you've seen him, you would know. Here we go. Here's some more world-class podcasting. Here, he's a guy with a really big forehead and kind of curly hair.
You got a chin.
Got a chin on him. Yep. He wears glasses.
Yep. Because he would pop up on Whose Lines anyways from time to time.
Yeah, it's like if you were clean shaven and then they just took your face and stretched it three times longer.
Yep.
It would look like you.
Yeah, I know the guy.
All right, there we go. Well, I'm glad we solved that mystery for the people who are listening on audio and not watching this on YouTube.
Which, if you're watching on YouTube, like the video, subscribe. Don't forget to turn notifications.
Yeah, don't forget to turn notifications, like, subscribe. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, then leave a review as well. If you're on Apple Podcasts,
5 stars actually.
5 stars. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, write a review. Write a review. Tell us what you think of our show. Hopefully, it's more like these people aren't complete trash like Taylor Swift, and it's more like hey, if you're a Chiefs fan, you'll like it kind of review. I would take that review. But no matter what you want it to be, no matter what you want to say, as always, if you write a review, we will read it live on the air while we're recording.
For
verbatim. No matter what you write, we will read it. Unless you put like racial slurs in there, then we'll bleep them out. But we'll read everything else.
Yeah.
We'll let people know what a scumbag you are by letting them know what slurs you used in your review, and then we'll say your username that you did it under, so everybody knows that you're a creep. But
and we can just go shame.
Yeah, shame, and we'll say, oh, this guy's an incel piece of shit, or something like that. But otherwise, though, we'll still read it though. Like we may make fun of you and shame you, but we'll read it nonetheless.
I'm gonna get a shovel out and bury you.
Yeah, so whatever you want us to say live on the air, just put it in a review, on a 5-star review, and we will read it. It could be you could self-publish a novel, and we're gonna have a 14-hour podcast today, gentlemen, because we're reading a Winter's Heat.
I'll bring the wine.
By Jennifer Malone, self-published novel that is in our reviews. He was a stable boy. She was a doctor. Neither one was ready for what was about to happen next.
Jesus.
I'd read it.
Yeah, I would.
Send it over in a 5-star review. We'll read it and then review it on the air. But yeah, so there's that. All right, so before we get into our most serious topic of the day, Rex Ryan and Ryan Fitzpatrick. So we're going to coin them the Ryans moving forward.
The Ryans.
The Ryans don't believe that the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Ryan Fitzpatrick, before the Black Friday game, said he thinks the Chiefs are going to lose in the first round of the playoffs. Rex Ryan said on ESPN that he's seen teams that look like the Chiefs before and they lose in the playoffs. Guys, we've seen teams that play like the Chiefs are playing right now before as well. They played last Christmas against the Raiders and they lost the game.
It's true.
And they won the Super Bowl. There are issues.
Here's the thing, though, Rocky. They needed to lose to the Raiders. Think about it. That's what happened last year. They lost to the Raiders, and they won the Super Bowl. They beat the Raiders this year. They didn't take that loss. That's terrifying, actually. That's terrifying.
They're still going to win the Super Bowl.
No, you're wrong. You're right.
What it means is that it's actually they're not going to go to overtime in the Super Bowl this year as opposed to taking the team because they actually found a way to win, and their rock bottom this year wasn't an actual loss. They actually pulled it out.
Right. God, you're so right, Rocky.
Because Aiden O'Connell got the snap too early, and they.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You know what? They're gonna win in regulation this season. That's amazing.
Yeah, they're gonna win in regulation. So, not worried about it, guys. And the Ryans, we're gonna hold you to task for this. If the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, we're calling you out. I don't know how we're gonna call you out, but we're gonna call you out.
Oh, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. We'll DM you or we'll record a video and we'll send it to you on Twitter.
And we're persistent.
We'll put it on cassette tape and we'll mail it to your house and then get a restraining order.
Okay.
And then we'll show up at ESPN headquarters.
I'm happy to
take it out by security.
I'm happy that cease and desist letter that we got sent to us from Madden from keep leaving in those voice messages didn't get released by them. So hopefully it doesn't get released by the Ryans.
It's true. And the cease and desist letter we got from Nike by saying that we were sponsored by them.
I forgot that, dude. That was so long ago. I was saying that.
Yeah. So
were we canceled already before that, or was that pre-canceled?
I think that was post-canceling. That was I think it might have been post-canceling, pre-Foolish Club Media, and we were out, like the 2 weeks we were in the wilderness.
Gotcha.
In our wilderness days,
we were in some murky waters back there, man. Boy,
we were swimming for survival back there, baby. But that being said, today's podcast is brought to you by Adidas and the Patrick brand. Adidas, fuck Nike.
Yeah,
that's their new slogan. In case you didn't know.
I went from being Nike to Adidas, and now I'm still with that mix of Adidas stuff. But Reebok is starting to win me over.
I do like Reebok. I like Reebok a lot. If I found like a pair of BK Knights, I would probably wear them today. Maybe Fila's.
Nah, no Fila's.
Are BK Knights before your time?
I think before my time. I'm looking them up right now.
British Knights. Oh, bro, you never had a pair of BK Knights?
Dude, those things are sick.
Leather? Yeah, BK Knights with the twisted leather was where it was at. Like you can't be a shoe head if you didn't ever have a pair of BK Knights.
Never had a pair of BK Knights. Did you have a pair of Stephen Barry's?
I never did.
Oh man, I used to frequent that place whenever that was over here off near Berry Road.
Yeah.
By North Oak. Oh yeah, Stephen Barry's used to be my stuff.
Oh man, yeah. The BK Knights was where it was
BK
at.
Knights are nice though. Oh my goodness, pretty good shoe. That's a good looking shoe.
They are. So yeah, if you're an old head like me, you had a pair of BK Knights when you were a kid at one point. It's like the MC Hammer era, like the Hammer pants, like that was the BK Knights time.
Okay, yeah, way before my time. So they probably
way before your time.
Yeah.
All right, so I need your opinion, Kramer, because I had a situation in my personal life that we're going to talk about for everybody to hear today, where maybe I made the right choice, maybe I made the wrong choice.
Oh boy!
But there's context to this. So I'm at the park with my family, my 3-year-old, my 1-year-old, and my wife here in our neighborhood. And two friends of ours, husband and wife, and their 3-year-old daughter as well, who's my 3-year-old son's best friend. Right?
Okay.
We're all playing at the park. Everybody's having a great time. If you've ever seen the TV show Bluey out there, there's a game they called Statue, where the kids act like they're statues. You pick them up, you move them, and then you turn around, act like you're doing something else, and you turn around, the statue's gone, and they've gone off somewhere else. And you're like, where's my statue? And you got to chase them down. And then at some point, they come alive and chase you back, right? Like,
okay.
So it's a pretty great game. We were playing Statue, except for the statues are also zombie robots in our version that we were playing today.
All
why?
right.
Because my son is 3. That's why. And so at one point when we were playing, I guess my my friend Nate, who is my son's best friend Ellie, our neighbors who were with us.
Okay.
The other dad that was with us was playing the game better than me, and my son was like, I don't want you to chase me or pick me up and play statue. I want Nate to. I don't want to play with you. I want to play with Nate.
Ooh.
And so I tried not to take it personal, but obviously dagger to the heart, right? Like my son wants to play with another dad and is asking me if he can play with the other dad. Not about me, it's about my son. So I go and I step back and I let him go play, and I still jump in and play a little bit here and there. But I go and relieve my wife of the 1-year-old, play with the 1-year-old up and down the slide, doing some stuff with him, just playing it cool. Yeah. Playing it cool, even though I'm completely shattered and destroyed on the inside, right?
Right.
So then fast forward about 30, 45 minutes, and my son is like, and Nate decides to take a break because he's tired. My son's like, oh, can you play statue with us, Daddy? And I'm like, oh, I'm in the game, right? So I'm all stoked. I'm in the game.
Get a little quick stretch in.
Yeah, so I go, and my son's acting like a statue, so it's my turn to move my son as a statue. I pick him up, and I'm carrying him. I move him to this other area, and he's like, act like you're putting me in a blender to make a smoothie, but I break the blender. And I was like, okay. So
all right.
I stick him in like this like tunnel area that's like underneath where the actual play apparatus is on the playground. And I act like I turn on the blender, and I'm like, it's like making a grinding sound, and he breaks the blender, and I'm like, this statue smoothie broke my blender. I wanted to drink a statue, and now I can't drink a statue because he broke my blender. Just bear with me, people. This is what it's like having a toddler. And so we're doing that. And then meanwhile, while we're playing, above me, there's like 2 kids who are like, one's like 6 and the other's like 7. My son's 3, right?
Okay.
And I see them, and they're probably about 3 feet above us on the upper level of the play thing, and they're like spitting over the edge. And one kid goes, I almost hit him on accident. And the other one goes, hit him next time.
What?
Yeah. And I'm sitting there listening, and he spits once and he misses. My son, at that point, I probably should have been like, hey guys, stop spitting. Right.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I was just sitting there just listening. So I was like, surely they're just playing around. They're not actually going to do it. Right. And then this kid's like, I'm going to get him this time. And he gets down and he spits between the holes on the playground, and he spits on my son while we're sitting there.
What'd you say? Oh, no.
And so, listen.
What'd you say?
I love my family, and I protect what is mine.
As you should.
I didn't cuss him out. I didn't lay a hand on a child. I would never lay a hand on a child. I said in a very angry tone, though, I said, hey, stop spitting on people. What are you doing? Then they tried saying, oh, we didn't spit on him. I go, no, I heard you. You did say you were going to spit on me. You did spit on him. I said, get down here this instant. And then the kid came down on the slide, and I was like, where's your parents? And he was like, I didn't spit on him. I didn't spit. I was like, you did, and I saw you. Where's your parents? I want to talk to them right now. And then at that point, my wife heard, and she came over and intervened. And she was like, Rocky, it's not your child. Stop yelling at him. And I was like,
just fine. You just spit on your son.
And so I was like, fine. And she was like, I'll handle it. And at that point, my wife was like, take me to your mom. And my wife went over there and said, hey, your kid just spit on my kid. And then the kid had to apologize and whatever. But then I was like off to the side, like I was on the bench. I got taken off the floor by the coach and told to cool off. I was told to cool off. And then afterwards, my wife told me to take a lap to cool off.
Are you serious? She said, go walk.
Yeah, she said, go walk it off and take a lap. And so I went and walked it off, and I took a lap. And I had to think about it. I was like,
you did nothing wrong. You did nothing wrong.
Did I respond the right way?
I would have done the exact same thing. But then I would have stone cold stunner his little ass after it.
So then I was like, obviously, like I didn't power bomb the kid like I wanted to for spitting on my son. I just yelled at him, right? But then in my stupidity, while I'm walking it off, I asked ChatGPT. I was like, how should I have handled this situation? They're like, and the first thing ChatGPT says is, the important thing is to remain calm and teach your child empathy. And I was like, oh, well, I didn't do that very well.
Right off the bat, you could just cross that one off the list.
It said all these things that how you're supposed to handle it. Then I just replied, what if I didn't do that? And I was very angry.
Are you
just having a chat with ChatGPT, and it replied back. The first thing you need to do is that just because you got angry doesn't mean that you failed, and don't beat yourself up over it.
Oh, that's good. Good chat GPT.
I was like, yeah, that's probably true. But they were like, but then maybe have a chat with your child later and let them know that we should probably try to respond in a more calm.
Did you do that yet?
I did.
Good.
I did have that chat with my son later, and I said, listen, I'm sorry I yelled at that kid in front of you. I shouldn't have yelled at him in front of you, but I'm not sorry that I stood up for you and protected you, because I'll always protect you. I think somebody's trying to hurt you, and I won't ever let anybody hurt you. And then I was like, what did you think when that happened? And he goes, I thought the kid was being mean to me. I go, what'd you think when Daddy yelled at him? And he goes, I thought that Daddy was stopping him from being mean to me. And I said, oh,
good.
Well, good. I'm glad I didn't scar the kid. That being said, I did have to go walk a lap, and I'm like, I think I probably should have handled it better.
You know, I think you did the right thing. I think you did the right thing. I would have done the exact same thing if I was in your shoes.
Let us know, guys, because I'm not sure. What would you have done? Would you have Stone Cold Stunnered the kid for spitting on your kid?
I would have used not slurs.
Yeah,
I've never done that. No, no. I would have
here calling kids just like words that we can't even fathom that his daddy said growing up. Who was that baseball announcer who went to the Negro League Baseball Museum and then lost his job over it? The A's guy.
Oh, why can't I think of it? He had a great voice too. That's the annoying part.
Pronounce
it right. Pronounce it right.
You would defend him.
I didn't defend him. I literally just all I said is he had a great voice.
Said he had a great voice. Well, what a great voice he had.
Yeah, it's a shame he had to use that voice for terribleness.
Yeah, but anyway, so
I would have cussed that little out. Man.
Yeah, so I know I didn't cuss him out. I didn't say a single racial slur or cuss word. So I guess I did have a very loud voice tone, and I was very aggressive in my tone towards him. But at the same time, kids these days, man, they think they can just come out here and just spit on kids. And the problem is that my son, he's 3 years old, but he looks like he could be 4 or 5. Like, he looks older than he is. And half the time we're at the playground playing, and these older kids think he's older than he is until he starts talking. And then they look at him like, why is this kid talking that way? And I'm like, he's only 3. And they're like, oh. And then they change the way that they approach him. Right. And so kids hadn't said a single word to my son the whole time. My son hadn't said a single word to these kids. It's not like they had been playing together even.
But the little shits just want to take a spit on him. That's stupid.
Yeah. They just as a quote unquote prank, they spit on my son.
What kind of prank is that? Stupid is what it is.
And so I was about to prank a foot up their ass.
That's how COVID got spread.
Yeah. Seriously, that's a felony during COVID.
Yeah, no kidding.
I should have said, your kid's a felon. Oh, please. He's spreading COVID. Yeah. With that being said, so I don't know. It wasn't my best moment, but I definitely could have done worse, I feel like, too.
You did the best you could do. Yeah. Like how the Chiefs secondary is every single week.
Yeah.
The best that they can do.
Listen, parenting's an adventure, dude. Like there is no rule book for it, and everybody's just trying to do the best they can do and just try to figure it out. Dads out there, I salute you. Those of you who would handle the situation better than I did, I really salute you. Dads who would have replied the exact same way I did, I see you because I know why you felt that way. All right, well, let's talk about this dog shit game that the Chiefs and Raiders just played.
You can clearly tell what the Chiefs need when playing the Raiders and playing the Panthers.
The Chiefs need cornerbacks and tackles, not just one tackle. They need 2 tackles and probably 3 cornerbacks.
Would you sign Donovan Smith right now?
Yes, I would sign David Bakhtiari right now. I would. Are
you done with Jamal Taylor? Are you officially done?
Yes. Here's the problem: is that I'm done with Jamal Taylor, but we're still paying him $20 million a year, even though I'm done with him. But I don't believe that paying somebody should give them a right to stay on the field if they're playing horrible, right? Like just because you're paying somebody doesn't mean that you shouldn't bench them.
Absolutely
right?
agree.
And so
he played like absolute dog do against the Raiders. Like he was so bad.
He's been playing that way for months. Like
True.
since the beginning of November, the Chiefs offensive line has been playing like garbage on both sides of it. And Taylor keeps on getting the benefit of the doubt because he's better than the worst there's ever been in the NFL, which is what we have at left tackle right now.
This is the most holding flags I have seen Trey Smith have had since being a member of the Chiefs. And it seems like he's getting one or two a game because he's trying to help him out. And that's not fair for him.
No, it's not fair for him. It's not fair for the interior offensive line. It's not fair that Joe Thuney has to be the emergency tackle in the second half because Wanya Morris lets himself get Achilles.
And did you see him smiling, being all giddy and stuff? Like, dude, like, why are we smiling? One on the sideline.
Why are you smiling?
Dude, even in the post, when you're in the locker room and you just got benched, I get it. You won. You should be happy with the fact you won. But if I'm him, I'm not smiling. I'm pissed because I'm not
happy if I won that game. I would not happy if I won. Like Mahomes and Kelsey weren't happy when they won the game in the post. Like they weren't happy.
Yep.
Like, I mean, there's nothing to be happy about. The thing is that the Chiefs need Humphries not to be a stud, but to be serviceable and be good. And if he is, the Chiefs need to think about extending him because he's only 30 years old. They need to think about Willie Roafing him and signing a guy who just find a stud who just got back from a serious knee injury.
And with Humphrey's mindset already, I don't know if you saw him his conference he had last week. It seems like he wants to play, he wants to show out, he wants to get paid. So he's going to do as much as he can to keep Patrick Mahomes upright so he can get that dollar bill after this season.
Well, this was supposed to be his contract year. Yeah. So I actually wrote up that presser for Arrowhead Pride. And so I listened to it probably about 4 or 5 times. And a couple of things. A, he was planning on this being a contract year before he got injured.
Yeah.
B, after he got injured, he was in the locker room at Arizona's locker room firing up the guys. Like the dude is a team player. He sits there and just flat out says that when they moved on from him and everybody thought that his career was over and everybody was just telling him, hey man, you had a nice career, acting like he wasn't going to come back. He was like, they must not know who I am. Like it was like I wrote in my there goes my headphones. Just lost my headphones for a second. Sorry, everybody. I wrote on my article over at Arrowhead Pride that his words echoed the sentiment of the great American philosopher DMX, who said, I don't know who the F you think you're talking to, but I'm not him, Slim, so watch what you do. And that was the attitude that he brought to that press conference. And I loved every second of it. And I also loved that he said, listen, when I came up, the older guys taught me what was what. He goes, I can't just sit there and watch a guy do the same mistake over and over again and have the answer to his mistake and not share it with him. Right. He's like, it's my job. Because when I came up, the old heads essentially helped me out. Now it's my turn to help out the younger guys. And so I love that as well. I love having him in there as leadership. And then I also love that he's like, I didn't know how to tell my kids I was going to get fired. And when I told my son I was going to get fired, he says, great. You should go sign with the Chiefs so you can win a Super Bowl with Patrick Mahomes. And then he said that D-Hop was trying to convince him. And he's like, dude, you don't got to convince me. I'm already sold. Like Patrick Mahomes. That's all I need to know. Blocking for Patrick Mahomes, back-to-back Super Bowl champions. And then in my article, I wrote, it's still not confirmed if Brett Veach has Humphrey's child on the payroll yet as a scout, trying to convince him to come and play for the Chiefs.
Do you think is he going to play this week? This upcoming week? Yeah, what, 14 now? We're in week 14?
I think he's playing because it's a long week. It's a long week of rest. I think that he starts at left tackle this week, and I think he starts at left tackle the rest of the way.
Who is it? Is it LA this week or is it Houston?
It is LA this week. Chargers.
All righty.
We're playing the Chargers.
That's it. That was actually going to be a good test for him. The pass rush has actually gotten a lot better for the Chargers. So this will be very fun. I'm actually intrigued. And it's what is it Sunday night football?
Sunday night football.
Oh yeah, baby.
Chargers. It'll be a great game for him to showcase his abilities.
On the national level too.
Yep. Chiefs need to lock him up though if he looks good throughout the rest of the year.
Do they lock him up at the halftime if he looks amazing by half?
Yeah, I would. I would lock
too.
him up at halftime if he looks amazing at halftime. Because here's the thing: no matter who the Chiefs, how this season plays out with the Chiefs, as long as you have Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid as your coach and quarterback, you're always going to be picking towards the end of the first round.
Always.
And you're always going to have quality veterans who you have to re-sign, who are demanding large contracts, which means that it's very hard for you to build tackle talent. Yeah, we hope Kingsley Suamataia pans out. But listen, there's a reason why he went in the second round. Good tackles go in the top of the first, right? Like the best tackles. Alt went in the top of the first
overall
round.
pick.
Yeah. So like Kelvin Banks Jr. is going in the top 10 next year. Campbell is going in the top 10 next year. Like there's sure the Chiefs might get a shot at like an Emory Jones Jr. Cool. I like him a lot. He's a right tackle. Don't like converting right tackles to left tackle. I like Ernest Green III is Georgia. If you want to talk about a sleeper, I think he's a good sleeper. Georgia's left tackle.
Dude's got an ass on him.
He's currently being projected in like 5th round, I think it is. Like I'd take him in the 3rd. Honest to God, I think he's that good. But still, the Chiefs need an elite guy, and they don't have one. Humphreys is a former Pro Bowler. There's a chance to get a Pro Bowl left tackle and lock him up, and the Chiefs just don't get that opportunity very often.
And maybe this is it. Maybe this is the guy. Maybe this is the guy for the future, the current, the way to get them over the top, over the hump. Now it's odd saying you get them over the hump when the Chiefs have what are they 10-1 right now, 11-1? I don't know. I just know they've only lost one game. This is a perfect situation for the Chiefs to be in, especially if he ends up going out there, if he does plays against the Chargers. The sky's the limit for him.
Did you see? Obviously, you watched the game, but K'Lavon Chaison's move on Wanya Morris to sack Mahomes.
I did. I did, but when you explain it, because I closed my eyes and I saw it whatever you were explaining too.
All right, so I'm going to share. I'm going to share it first of all. I got the tweet brought up, so it's playing. It's playing here right now. So I'm going to show the here on if you're watching this on YouTube. There you go. Jump, swipe, sack. Right. Let's break it down again. Slides up, walks up. One move, boom. Do you know where I think he learned that from?
What?
I'll show you right now. I'm not even going to say it. I'm going
to show you. His hands are so slow. My goodness.
They're horrible. And listen, the guy I'm about to show you who goes against this other guy, the losing guy in this, put up more of a fight than Wanya Morris did in this next clip. You have to be watching on YouTube for this to make sense to you. Now I'll tell you what it is after we show this. All right.
Yep.
Do you see that look on the guy's face after he did that? Like that. Like if you stop, you'll see Wanya Morris's face do that when he gets beat. For everybody who's listening and not watching, we just showed the clip on Troy from the movie Troy, where Brad Pitt in the very beginning is fighting against that big bald MFer from the other team, and he just runs right up and like jump and stabs the guy right down his collarbone and his neck and just kills him with like one move. That's exactly what that sack looked like. And then the guy goes, before he falls and dies in the dirt.
I'm pretty sure
that was Wanya Morris's career, just going, and then
that's when he got pulled, right? It was after that sack.
Yeah, right there. That was the moment that
Makes sense.
you could literally see a tackle's career and going the way of Lucas Niang. Just going to be hit.
Bye-bye, Niang.
And then forgotten about forever.
I forgot Niang was even on the team, and they saw him get released with the practice squad. And I'm like, I didn't even know he was even on the practice squad.
Yeah, after that last injury, he just wasn't the same person anymore.
Dang.
But now that you see that sack, I want to address something else. In my comments, I've been seeing a lot lately people criticizing me for saying Mahomes is playing well and that the Chiefs won on the back of Patrick Mahomes last week and all this stuff. And people are saying, oh, Mahomes is missing deep balls. Mahomes is missing throws. Mahomes isn't playing well. How dare you say Mahomes is playing well? He's missing throws that we've come to expect him to make. He's come to expect to have more than 3 milliseconds of protection coming from his blind side. The fact that he makes any throws whatsoever last week means that he has balls of effing steel. It is so hard to make those throws when you have a clean pocket in the NFL. You see guys who can't operate at his level that he's operating right now with a clean pocket, let alone hearing footsteps in your sleep and literally knowing that you have half of a second before you have somebody trying to murder you. And so, like, you got to chill on your standard of Patrick Mahomes because guess what? He is exceeding what your standard should be in his play anyway, on top of getting the shit kicked out of him on a game-by-game basis.
Yeah, we're back to seeing the Mahomes like, oh, no, I don't have enough time. I have to move. I have to get out. I have to extend plays. That's what goes through his mind every single snap. And you can tell that he already expects the pressure at times because he'll roll out even quicker than normal. Like after that 1 second, after that in shotgun, that hike happens, he's either already rolling out to his right, which is not his blind side. He's already running away from his blind side because he still does not trust his left tackle clear this day. We saw during the Raiders game, saw it before that in the Panthers game, and it's just like it's not good for him. But yet he's out there still making the throws. I get every once in a while he will overthrow Travis Kelce. He will overthrow Justin Watson. He will overthrow D-Hop, or D-Hop somehow doesn't catch a football, which I still can't believe he dropped a football against the Raiders, which I was very happy about.
Yeah.
But Mahomes has to think in milliseconds of what to do, and he still does it at a great rate. That's why they win. So I agree with you, Rocky. I see what you see. I just wish other Chiefs fans would like see it as well. Be like, hey, let's pump the brakes on us being all bad-mouthed Mahomes. He doesn't have anyone protecting him.
We're spoiled. That's as simple as it is, and I'll admit it. We're spoiled. We expect perfection.
Very much so.
We expect perfection because he's the greatest quarterback of all time, and when he isn't perfect because of situations, we expect him to still be perfect, and it's just not fair. But on the other side of things, congratulations to Aiden O'Connell for having a career day.
Good job, like AOC.
Had a career day against Bryce Young. He was the recipient of the Chiefs' latest grant and program for underprivileged quarterbacks in the NFL. It's a motivational career path development program, and that the Chiefs have developed called their secondary, where struggling NFL quarterbacks will come and play against the Chiefs, and the Chiefs will encourage them and give them confidence that they are NFL quarterbacks.
I can only imagine
perform at a high level in this league.
I can only imagine which NFL team at the end of the season, if Desmond Ridder would have started for the Raiders, to see which team would actually pick him up to be their backup quarterback for next season. That's what we saw. AOC played to make sure he can be a backup on somebody's team next year.
Yeah.
There's no way in hell he's going to be a Raider suiting up for them.
No, he's not. And I just picture only thing that the Chiefs secondary is missing is Tony Robbins back there going, no, you can get separation if you believe in it. If you believe you can separate, you can believe it to achieve it. You know, it's like the Chiefs secondary for their encouragement of struggling quarterbacks is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
1, only start one cornerback in five.
I thought that was the recipe. I thought you had to have 5 safeties on the team on the field at one time.
Yeah, nope. That is.
You're telling me safeties are guys who are very slower. They're up there to cheat a little bit. That's what safeties are supposed to do. They're not supposed to be playing man on people. What are we talking about?
Yeah, no. And then 2, allow at least 3 yards of separation
Oh, yes, you have to.
on every single route. And then 3, if you get close enough to make a play on the ball, make sure you tackle the guy beforehand. Because if you think he's going to, if you see the look in the receiver's eyes that you think he's going to drop the pass, tackle him so that he doesn't have a chance to let down the quarterback and hurt his confidence in himself.
But let's not act like Brock Bowers was not a difference maker at all for the Raiders. That dude was an absolute force during that game.
Didn't show me anything I haven't seen before.
Okay, all right. Privileged Chiefs fan.
Well, you think that he's better than Prime Kelsey?
I want to see what prime Brock Bowers is, but right now I would say yes because of how many records he's about to shatter as a rookie in the tight end room.
How many yards receiving does Brock Bowers have this year?
He might be a little under shy of 1,000.
Is he a little under shy of 1,000? Is he?
I mean, he gets targeted 15 targets a game. He got 140 this past week against the Chiefs.
884.
That's he's gonna he'll probably get 100 by the end of this week under week 14.
He's averaging 10 yards a reception. I guess. I mean that's less
good.
Than Kelsey. That's less than Kelsey averaged last season.
Okay, that's
last season. Said he was having a down year. It's only 2 more than Kelsey. It's only 2 more than Kelsey's averaging this season.
What did Kelsey do his rookie year?
Kelsey had a blown out knee his rookie year. He didn't play.
Right, what did he do in his first year playing in the NFL? He's still rehabbing it.
800
still rehabbing his knee
injury. Coming off a knee injury.
There we go.
Well, you think that Brock Bowers is going to have 7 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons? You think?
I think Brock Bowers. I can confidently say he could probably get 1,000 yards every single year he plays in the NFL because of how many games players play in the NFL now compared to what Travis had. It's been 2 added games since he's been in the league.
That's actually 100% true because Travis actually only needs 72 yards a game for the rest of the season to get 1,000 yards this year.
Yeah, so
Travis isn't going to play in week 18, but if he did, he would only need 72 yards a game to get 1,000 yards this year. He's on pace to get like over 800 yards receiving this year.
Good for him. I took the under of that. I'm pretty sure I took the under of Kelsey receiving yards when we had our episode way back in the day.
Oh, but I mean, I remember what everything we took. I have it in a document somewhere.
It's somewhere in that somewhere in that laptop you can't trade away or anything.
Yeah, I can't get rid of this laptop. I was telling Kramer offline that I can't get rid of this laptop because it's literally just got too much crap on it that I don't want to transfer to a new laptop. So I got to keep it alive for as long as possible. Couple things before we get out of here, though. It was great seeing Pacheco back. I think that the Chiefs needed it. Kareem Hunt has been awesome for them, but I think he's definitely slowing down as the year goes on. He's lost a step. His average per run has gone down. That doesn't mean that you can't help him down the stretch, but having Pacheco and him to split carries is going to help him out a lot.
Huge.
Help keep his legs fresh for the playoffs. So that's huge. Pass rush looked a lot better. Amenahue was back, but he didn't really play a factor. But
I wouldn't say looked better. You went up against one of the worst offensive lines in the NFL, and it showed clear as day with the fumbled snap. But still, they played better. I agree. Chris Jones.
Chiefs pass rush played better, like Aiden O'Connell played better.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we'll say
exactly.
That. And
hey, Chris Jones got a sack. That's good for you, Chris.
2. Chris Jones got 2 sacks.
He got that one early, and then I think he also had one. I think both happened in the first half.
Yeah, he had 2. And then George Karlaftis got another sack. So Chiefs are going to probably get Hollywood Brown back in the next couple of weeks as the expectation by week 15. They shouldn't play him if they don't have to.
No.
They should hold on to him for the playoffs and then just go full Super Saiyan with DeAndre Hopkins and Hollywood Brown and Travis Kelce.
I kind of like what they're doing right now with Noah Gray and Justin Watson. You don't?
I like what they're doing with Noah Gray. I'm not sold on Justin Watson.
I don't think anybody's sold on Justin Watson. I'm shocked. I'm truly shocked he's still around.
Well, listen, Hollywood Brown coming back isn't going to take away Justin Watson's 2 big catches a game.
Exactly.
Justin Watson's going to have 2 big catches every game, and one of them might be a touchdown or a first down on 3rd down, and that's it.
If anything, Hollywood Brown being back benefits Justin Watson even more.
Yeah. If anything, Hollywood Brown being back benefits Xavier Worthy because he can play more of that Miko Hardman role of just going deep out of the slot, move him around, bring him around jet sweeps, manufacture touches, but he doesn't have to play on the outside. And you start Hollywood Brown and Hopkins on the outside, and then you move Xavier Worthy around and give him shots.
And then if anything, too, that means McCole Hardman is going to be your designated punt and kick returner, so you don't have to worry about him being on the offensive side of the football at any given moment in time, just in case he might screw something up.
Unless he's in the Wildcat, then keep him in the Wildcat.
You're right. You're right.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good in the Wildcat. So, we're probably going to see Hollywood. We're going to see Hollywood Brown back for the playoffs, though, which is awesome because we're going to have Pacheco, Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy, DeAndre Hopkins, Travis Kelce, Noah Gray. If DJ Humphries can pan out and give them serviceable play, the Chiefs should be able to patch together enough protection that their offense should be unstoppable.
It should be, but what I'm still concerned about this is not the offense. It's clearly the defense. I don't care how much Hollywood Brown's going to factor into winning this, but if you don't have a guy that can lock down anyone, like it's on secondary, your Chiefs, you're SOL. And I know I'm changing back on the defensive side of things. Did you see that Washington released Emmanuel Forbes?
Yeah,
dude. Yeah. What is it like? Is that a possibility
sign him yesterday?
Because I was absolutely shocked. Like I'm like, what are we doing here? Former first round talent. Granted, he hasn't had the best season in the world, but still, you don't just release a guy who's had a hiccup from time to time in a Commander's uniform. Now he's an open market free agent guy. Why haven't the Chiefs got him yet?
Maybe they're bringing him in for
a tryout.
A physical.
You want Forbes?
Yeah, I do. He's better than what we have. I want Forbes. I want Xavier Howard. I want Patrick Peterson.
You really want Xavier Howard? That dude's old.
Listen. I don't want Xavier Howard. I think we need Xavier Howard. I don't think that he's great. I don't think he is who he still was. I think that we need cornerbacks on this roster.
Yeah. Definitely need cornerbacks.
I think that Xavier Howard stands a better chance in the slot than Shamari Connor does.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Xavier has the length.
Okay, there you go. That's what you sign him for.
All right. Yeah, I like Shamari, but okay.
And so I think that the Chiefs are probably looking at all their options right now. Just like I think that Brett Veach is looking at things that we don't know about. Just like we said that he should sign DJ Humphries, and then he signed DJ Humphries. I think that Brett Veach is looking at a couple of cornerbacks, and he's going to sign a cornerback in the next week. I'm gonna go on a limb. I'm gonna say Kansas City Chiefs sign a cornerback before the Chargers game. The guy probably won't play against the Chargers, but he's going to sign a corner before next Sunday night, before a week in the next 7 days.
Out of the current, who do you think? Who do you lean towards? Like, I mean, I see J.C. Jackson still out there, and that would be also intriguing, but I don't know if that's even the realm of possibility.
Yeah, I know. Like, so the whole thing is the guy has to want to play too, right?
Yeah,
I would say Xavier Howard, Emmanuel Forbes, obviously, is like a Brett Veach special, right? Like Brett Veach may have been like leaning like Xavier Howard or J.C. Jackson, and then Emmanuel Forbes comes on available.
It's it's like that meme of that guy turning around.
Yeah, like hey, yeah, look at this hot young thing. Look at these green bananas. These green bananas that just came available. So I would say Xavier Howard or Emmanuel Forbes is what I'm going to say. But here's the deal. I don't care if Brett Veach has to go full on the movie The Rookie with Dennis Quaid and go and find a high school football coach in Texas who broke his shoulder while he was playing at Tennessee, and then they never thought he was going to play again. But now because he had surgery recently and it was rehabbed and he is prime and ready to go, and they just find him, running across the football field trying to get to practice one day.
You've matched two different movies. That's a pitcher.
I know it is. It is a pitcher. I'm just saying it's like a football version of The Rookie. I don't care if it's like, yeah, like it could be like,
Is he trying to gauge his speed on the running down gauging the pitch?
What was the one where the kid
speedometer.
got the shoulder surgery and it was too tight and he could throw like 102 miles an hour? Rookie of the year.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's a rookie of the year situation where there's a 14-year-old out there that all of a sudden gets his Achilles fixed and it's like super speed, right? I don't care if it's an Angels in the outfield situation where there's like a Make-A-Wish Foundation, like wish, and like, and this kid all of a sudden turns into primetime Deion Sanders, and he's out there like 16 years old, just locking people down. I don't care if Dave Merritt comes out of retirement.
It's like Bow Wow and like Mike.
Yeah, exactly. Bow Wow and like Mike. I don't care if they find like, enchanted cleats that Taylor Swift blesses with her special juju, and then some kid. Listen, that's Swifty juju, whatever it is. Like, I don't care what you have to do.
Spit on that thing.
Yeah, spit on that thing. Spit on that thing. Like, I don't care if you're traveling through Tanzania, right, and you see some kid who can just like jump 6 feet in the air, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna teach that kid how to play football, right? Like, what was that, The Air Up There? Like something like that. Like, or The Gods Must Be Crazy. Was that a basketball movie?
I have no idea what you're talking about at this point now.
I'm just going through all the movies that I can think of, right? I don't care if it's like He Got Game and he was going to be like a stud and then he got his girlfriend pregnant in high school and had to stop playing football. Like, that's a basketball movie as well.
Yeah, but I know that one.
But like, similar to that, I feel like whatever it is, right? Like, I don't care if the dude is just now getting out of Leavenworth, right? Go find him, and he's playing in the yard in Leavenworth, and you're like, oh man, that guy's got some good footwork, and he can flip his hips, and then all of a sudden the warden's like, hey, he's getting out on good behavior, or he's getting out on work release.
Must have been hanging out with Michael Vick over in Leavenworth.
Yeah. I don't give a shit if he has to wear like an ankle monitor while he's out there on the field, as long as he can play football.
It's the longest yard or something. Is it Megan?
Yeah, exactly. I don't care if it's like the movie The Replacements with Keanu Reeves, right?
Great movie, by the way. Such a good movie. I don't care what people say about it. Love that movie.
Great movie. But whatever the situation is, out there in the world right now, there is a cornerback who can play football in the NFL that is available somewhere in the world currently that is better than what you have. And it's Brett Veach's job to go and find him. That's all I want. And with that, I think that about wraps it up for today. What do you think, Krame?
I think we have to, the bow is on top of the package.
The bow is on top of the package. Thank you, everybody, for listening and rocking with us as always. Hope you guys all had a really, really great Thanksgiving. As always, like, rate, and review everything we're doing. We really hope that we earn the privilege of your time. I'm going to be out of town next week, going on vacation with the family. So
nice.
Krame Dog's going to be manning the helm with
hold the fort down
with whoever he gets to hang out with him. And who knows what guest host he's going to pull out of his. Hey, Halle Berry, you want to come and guest host?
Ooh, that would be amazing. If I could get Halle Berry on, you'd be so jealous.
I'd be so effing jealous. I mean, it could be whoever you can get. I mean, who would you, if you a dream guest host, anybody out there in the ether right now, that if we were going to manifest a guest host for Kramer Sansone.
Anybody in the world.
Anybody in the world.
Snoop Dogg.
All right, Snoop Dogg, we're asking you to come and guest host this podcast with Kramer Sansone next week. I'm going to put it out there on Twitter. Guys, let's get Snoop Dogg on this show with Kramer while I'm gone so I can be super jelly. But, if you get Snoop Dogg on here,
so sick.
You guys got to smoke up on air.
I would definitely do that. I would do that for Snoop.
You have to.
I would definitely do that for Snoop.
Okay. Perfect. All right, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. We love you guys. Stay awesome. We'll talk to you guys next week.